nira ne tange na ulini ara ne ara tani hi ne na fuki akau akanse o ne no fi ki an sekoriana isha na tishe ko ke na ulini hi tsebia ura ni u sabia ke kon ne tsebia na ulini to ni ra ne de the falcon ku den de gara ne jo continue the jingo hi ni insing on de epon shara the jonas I go akao aketen no ni ra na ulini tange ken kai na re lago 1,000 years old but tissue se anine de ta se an de kabras jeskula e jo kiske tsebes ko na re la o ansto ko akine hi we are when did we are go o an o ban tegejo kiske tse na nil gon te tako are tini hi se an so se na re la go re se ba hi ahora huecos così le kine sai sto con le cara allora tani go sto se lì o il au così le con agos così dai io agos sto che allora ok venti ciao go tange no lini no dira go ai bitari go nen fi kai di nen fi kishe aganse go agiteshe the San Carlos Apache tribe in southeastern Arizona have lived in this region for over 1,000 years. Scientists say otherwise, but in our stories, in our history, that's carried down from one person to another, our history goes back ages. They talk about people that used to live in these caves. They call them the ones before us. Some Apaches go as far as to say that that's where we came from. We're these people. But I can tell you, there's a connection there because some of the symbols that you find drawn all over these caves, you also find in the symbols we use today on our gun dancers. There are similarities there. Symbols that we still use today. Very strong indication that these are our people. This is where we came from. The beautiful place, this is called the Nantak Rim. And up above this whole mountain range is called Nantain's Plateau. Overlooks a huge prairie here, huge prairie all the way out to the next range of mountains. And then it drops down to the desert to the next range of mountains. All Apache country for hundreds of miles well into old Mexico. And then to the southeast and to the east into New Mexico, 500, 600, 700 miles from here all the way into Texas. And then to the west this way, all the way up to Phoenix, which is about 130 miles from here. And then north this way behind me, all the way to the Colorado state line. The Apaches had one of the biggest territories in North America. So here I am standing next to one of the cliff dwellings that are here. And a lot of our elders used to say that these are our ancestors. That's where we came from. They're our relations. That's where our beginning was at. And some of these houses and the relics found on site were dated back 2,500 years ago. That's way, way, way before scientists say Apaches ever came to this country. So, to explore San Carlos, these are one of the artifacts that you will see from the road, but you're actually not allowed to go inside or disturb it in any way. That's why I'm filming out here. And I've been to this one before, many years ago. And it's sad and unfortunate that people have to come up here and write their names with spray paint and they deface it. It's very sad that they do that. They got no respect anymore for who we are as a people. So, this is an introduction to the San Carlos Apache people, the Apache people in general, because San Carlos Apache was never a group of Apaches. We were a combination of Western Apache, Chiricahua Apache, and all the other bands down into Mexico, into New Mexico. We're a combination of all those bands. We're basically the warriors and the renegades of the Apaches that would not surrender to the U.S. government. San Carlos is comprised mostly of those Apaches. But as beautiful of a people as we are, we still struggle today because of the effects that was basically we were thrown into, forced into a life that we were not used to. And that life we live today, we struggle. We are survivors, we adapt. But still, it's a struggle. But we're still here. So I hope that this little film will open your eyes up a little bit more as to who the Apache people really are. Who we are as a people. Because our lives are beautiful. We've done many things in our lives. We respect Mother Earth more than anything else. We have our own culture. We pray to only one God, the same God that controls this earth, that created this earth, created the heavens, the clouds, the sky, the stars, the moon, the sun. He is the one God. He is our God, the Creator. So with that being said, this is one of the homes that was constructed a long time ago, several hundred, maybe even a couple thousand years ago. And it's just put together with simply mud and rocks. Rocks from the area right here. They collected rocks and they probably hauled water up here and they mixed it with the mud that's up in there. And they started stacking them intricately in place to where they finally get a smooth wall. They put a couple little holes in there so they can see out. The doorway is small, as you can see, not to let any of the temperature in or out. So the temperature stays the same all the time because of the rock behind it. It's got an endless wall of insulation. And it takes a long time for that rock to change temperature. So it remains the same all the time. Wintertime and summertime, it'll stay the same all the time. So they picked a perfect spot. And I'll give you a view of what they saw from their home. But this is the Nantac Rim on the San Carlos Apache Reservation in southeastern Arizona. And we got 1.86 million acres of land that we can still call our own. We control. But we need to respect it. And we need to remain as Apache. Because if we are no longer Apache, then the U.S. government can come in any time and take this away from us. So we got to keep our culture and our language intact. And that's our whole goal. So let me give you a little pan around what it looks like. Here's the house. And Here's what it looks like to the west. And they got such a beautiful, beautiful view of the valley below. Huge prairie called Ash Flat. So this is what they see. And that land just extends as far as the eye can see. So this is what they all used to call home. Then we come back here to the opening of the house. So although people no longer live here, it is a very, very historic place to come and visit. These were my ancestors. That's the way I'll always see them. I'll never see them any different. So let's take a ride and find out who the Apache people really were. Because chances are, all you know is what you read in history. And Apaches did not write the history books. So let's take a trip down the Apaches' history and find out who they are.